What's up, YouTube? It's Nooch the Console Samurai, and I want to talk about region-free consoles because today Nintendo actually announced that they were going to do away with the region locking. I believe they're going to do it on the Wii U and the 3DS, but I don't think they actually announced one way or the other. I really like this. This is a really good idea because the PS4 and the Xbox One are already region-free. What does that mean? Well, different regions of the world use different encoding, and they lock consoles and they lock DVD players to certain regions. Now, there are places you can get region-free discs and region-free games, and there are places you can get region-free DVD players that will play all the regions. The only region locking that is on the Xbox One and the PS4 is some of the DLC is region specific, which not the greatest, not the greatest in the world, but hey, not a big deal. And some of the Blu-ray discs can't be played outside of their home region, so it's mostly region free. And the reason why this is a good thing is because it no longer restricts you. If there is a game that's coming out, and I will use Wii U as a perfect example, and the 3DS. With Nintendo having as much history as it does, especially in Japan, there are a lot of games that are released in Japan that are never released in the United States. And with region locking on the Wii U and the 3DS, you can't just go and buy the Japanese version of the game. It won't play. So that's why some of you may remember something called Project Rainfall, where a series of games, three in particular, Pandora's Tower, The Last Story, and Xenoblade Chronicles, they were not going to be released in the United States. Nintendo had no plans of localizing them to Americas. A large, fan-driven grassroots campaign to have them localized was called Project Rainfall. And in the end, it did win. Not all the games on Project Rainfall were localized, but the three main ones that were concerned with it were. And I have my hands on two of them. I've got to get my hands on the third. But nonetheless, because these games were finally released in the Americas, gamers, RPG fans could get their hands on them. And these were games that looked really good. But now, if they're doing away with region locking, the only concern with games that aren't being released in America is, can you read them? You can play them, but it's only going to be a language barrier, and that's a hell of a lot easier to solve. That is so much easier to solve than going and buying an import PlayStation or import Xbox or import Wii or Wii U or 3DS, whatever. I really, really, really like the idea of region-free consoles because there's really no reason that I shouldn't be able to go ahead and get a game from, let's say, the UK. If a game is released in the UK that isn't released in the United States, not that I think that would be a common occurrence, actually the opposite would be much more common. If a game was released in the United States but wasn't available in the UK, a gamer from the UK could purchase a game over the internet and have it shipped to them in the UK, and they could play it with no problem whatsoever. Because, I mean, hell, they already speak English, so there's no language barrier issue there. The region encoding is gone. So I am absolutely a huge fan of region free, especially when Xbox One and PS4 have done it so well. Granted, there is room to improve, but they have done it very well, where all you need to do is you just need to have your DLC, which is not really a huge thing. I would like DLC to be region free, but you take what you can get. So, in conclusion, I really do want to applaud Nintendo on this because Xbox One and PS4 have been crushing them. Even before they came out, we was already still losing. We was losing this console war for this generation, while Xbox and PS3 were still on the last generation. This might actually help them a little bit. But once again, I am the Console Samurai, and let me know down in the comments down below. Are there any games that are not in your region that you'd like to play? probably on the Wii or the 3DS. But either way, leave them in the comments down below. I'll see you around.